G'day Spurs fans, Paul Hotspur hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. Ho ho ho, Merry Spursmas. I hope you and whoever you're spending time with, if anyone, are having a good old time, tucking into Turkey, watching a bit of a James Bond film, or Raiders of the Lost Ark, if you're that way inclined, you know. Another warm day in Sydney here. And what a year it's been, 2023 for Tottenham Hotspur, eh? If we look at the whole calendar year, it's probably half the year, the first half of the year, was some of the worst I've experienced as a Spurs fan, I think ever actually. I'm pretty sure ever. The real low point for me, I think, was when, because like the year, when the year started, not the season, but the year, I was still holding on to a bit of optimism. You know, the World Cup had finished, all that mucking around was out of the way. Now would Spurs kick on? And the answer was an emphatically no chance. And it was probably when I think we drew away to Aston Villa in January. I was done, man. It was so hard. That was such a bad game. I think we lost it 2-0. And you know, it's clear at that time that Conte's head wasn't in it. The players weren't in it, and something had to change. So you know, that's when I started, because I've been watching Ange Postecoglou for years and years, but I thought, oh, he's doing all right at Celtic. I like what's happening there. All the fans are having a big party, whereas at Tottenham it was, oh, Antonio. No, we'll just sing it once. We won't sing it any more than once. Maybe you'll get the message. A string of mediocre results. The only upside was Arsenal choked a league-winning position towards the death of the season. That was you know, I don't even care about that. We were rubbish. Even if Arsenal were rubbish, it didn't make me feel good. I don't care about other teams, including Arsenal, that much. But then it all changed on. Was it June the 1st or July the 1st? One of the two, when Ange came in. And straight away, things started looking up at Spurs. It was pretty clear that the leadership group that was really stinking out the dressing room was being torn up and thrown out, put in the shredder. The likes of Eric Dyer, et al. Lost their control, their grip of the club. Remember, before the end of last season, there was talks and rumours of Eric Dyer signing a new contract extension. I don't know how, because Eric Dyer, after all, is the Dr. Zachary Smith of Tottenham Hotspur. He's a saboteur. I saw someone, as a boat goes past, is that a taxi, is it? Oh, a taxi, all right. That's a water taxi, there you go. I was talking about Eric Dyer the other day on a stream, and someone in the comments said it's like playing with 10 men. It's worse. It's like playing when you've got 10 men and the other team's got 12, because he's a saboteur. He just changes sides. Just like every week, Dr. Zachary Smith was trying to do in the Family Robinson, the Space Family Robinson. And instead of them just saying, bugger off, Dr. Smith, we'll give you some food, but go and live over the other side of that mountain, he was there every week, having a poke at things, trying to just bugger things up. That's Eric Dyer. But the rumours of him getting a contract extension faded quite quickly after Ange joined. And then we got going for pre-season. Wasn't the best of pre-seasons. Made some good signings in the summer. I was pretty happy with it all. I mean, look at what we got: Mickey van der Ven, James Maddison, Guillermo Vicario, brilliant players. We did really well. We got the January transfer window just around the corner, so that's exciting. See what happens there. See if Ange gets his letter to Father Christmas answered. And then the season started, and I was expecting a bit of a rough spot, but we must have good players. Oh, of course, Harry Kane left as well. I didn't want Harry Kane to go, but he went. And in retrospect, I kind of see that a bit now as him doing us a bit of a favour, getting Tottenham a load of money for him instead of just waiting for a year, a la Eric Dyer, and going away on a free. I think that was a pretty solid move by Harry, and he seems to be having a good old time in Bayern. Good luck to him. But then the season started. Mickey van der Ven landed about 2 days before the Brentford game and off, or was it after that? I don't know, I can't remember now. I think he was after. Was he? Oh, I can't remember. But after the first 45 minutes, where we were finding our feet against Brentford, whereas the first 6 months of the season were it was the worst. It definitely was the worst I've experienced as a Spurs fan, worse than the 90s even, because there was just no heart, no spirit. I know Alan Sugar killed a lot of that off in the 90s, but there was still something to watch now and then, especially, we had Ozzy in charge for a little bit and Terry Venables was around for a bit. But then the second half has been some of the most enjoyable. We're not up to the giddy heights of the team of the early 80s yet, or even the early 70s, but we're getting there. I'm really enjoying the football we're playing. We're fourth in the league as the year comes to a close. If things go our way, we might finish third even, or we might finish a bit lower, who knows. But it's nice to be in a season where everything's alive, apart from the Carabao Cup, but who cares about that? The FA Cup and the Premier League are both alive. The double is still available there for the taking. And I've really had a ball this season so far. Some of it's been nail-biting. Last game against Everton was a bit of a bum clincher, but we got there in the end. And it's very clear that Ange has got control of Tottenham Hotspur. You look at some fake-o managers around the place and you can see which ones have got a grip on the club and which one haven't. Ten Hag, I love mentioning him because it's such a basket case. Even Arteta, I don't think has got it. It was clear to me that after the Liverpool-Arsenal game, was it yesterday, day before, neither of them won it enough. Neither of them have got that ruthless streak that you need to become a proper title challenger. So maybe the door's still open for Tottenham this year. So did I think we'd be fourth at Christmas? I don't know about that. I think we were. I did make some bold predictions about winning the league next year. I didn't rule it out this year. But I think top four at Christmas. I think I probably would have said, yeah, that's including a rough part at the beginning of the year, which didn't happen. The rough part happened later on. But we're looking strong. That's the main thing, and all the fans are pretty excited and happy at White Hart Lane, and it's onwards and upwards. We'll when we get our players back, which is happening soon, with a bit of luck and a couple of fill-ins, I think we're going to have I think our team's pretty good already, minus the saboteur. Get him out of the Jupiter 2 for a start. I think we're in good shape. I think Tottenham is sailing quite well at the moment. So if I was to look at the year as a whole, I'd have to say average, wouldn't I? Bang average, because the first 6 months were the worst and the last 6 months were some of the best. So as a whole, bang average. But it's trending upwards, and hopefully it will continue on till into the new year, and we'll see how we finish out the season. Nearly halfway there, we've done really well. Another half to go. It's a marathon, not a sprint, as Bill Shankly said to Nottingham Forest. And yes, he did say it to Nottingham Forest. It was after he retired as Liverpool manager. Brian Clough brought him in the dressing room quite early on when they after they got promoted to Division 1, and that's when Bill Shankly said it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I can't do that. That's terrible. Sorry, Scotland. That was rough, man. That was rough. I'm Australian. Blame it on being Australian, not English, please. Well, anyway, I'm going to do a bit of walking. I've got a bit of Christmas breakfast to get rid of. By exercise, I mean, not, Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. I'll see you around the traps. Till next time, peace and love, man. Peace and love, and go on you Spurs.